Good morning, everybody. And as you know, we are on our 512th session of Empowering Morning Conversations. So today, let us talk about setbacks. Let's talk about setbacks. So whenever you embark on any endeavor, setbacks are inevitable. It's very rare that you'll never have a setback, right? So today morning, there was a setback. The electricity in our entire building went off at, around 5:30. Now, normally, what would be a response to this if there is a setback like this? Normally, the mind would say, oh my God, today I'll have to cancel the session. Okay. But my way of dealing with setbacks is, okay, what else is possible? So I went about doing my morning chores without any upset. So normally a setback causes an upset. So I did not have an upset. I just went about my business and I was ready to start your session with or without electricity. Right? And good fortune is that about 35 minutes back, it came back. How wonderful is that? So let's look at setbacks. And I want you to look at what is a setback for you. What is it that you call a setback? And everybody has a different definition of it. I know that. For me, it is when things are not going as planned, I would call it a setback. Okay. When something unexpected would happen, especially something unexpected which I did not like, I would call that a setback. And so what is a setback for you? Reflect on it for a moment. You've had enough setbacks in your life, haven't you? So what is a setback for you? And what is your default way of being? Now I'm going to use the word being. How are you being when there is a setback? Are you being powerful? Are you being optimistic? Are you being a possibility seeker? Are you being doom and gloom? What are you being? So what's a setback and how are you being when a setback occurs? Yes, Kunen.
Yeah, very good morning, sir, and one and all. Well, I must proudly say that once upon a time, I used to get setbacks, but now I welcome such situation where mind says that this situation is not in favor of you. So almost I have removed this word or labeling a situation as a setback. So it's welcoming. Come, let me find what you are bringing to me.
Beautiful.
What is the, as you always say, that experience the experience kind of a person.
Yeah, because every experience is an opportunity. So
yeah,
a so-called setback, if you just label it as another event, right? You don't label everything as a setback, right? But whenever we label something, oh my God, this is a setback. Rukawat ho gaya.
Yeah, and other thing what I have learned, sir, as you rightly mentioned, setback brings upset. So I say that what can I set up within? So upset brings an opportunity to set up something better.
Yeah.
So that way I turn the table, I change the meaning.
Yeah, and another one which I do usually is that, okay, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
So I have a long history. So I have a lot of faith, so that's another thing. So when you have a setback or a so-called setback, what is the way of being that you can bring in? That was the question, not what you were doing. So there is a way that you are being. So you are being an allowance, it seems to me.
Yeah, trying to be so.
Yeah, when you're being an allowance, then why would you label anything as a setback? You'll say, okay, another thing.
Yeah.
एक और अनुभव हो रहा है.
जिंदगी का एक और सच सही आने दो.
Exactly. So thank you, Kunan. And the rest of you start thinking. So when there is a what is it that you call as a setback? Okay. Something that's obviously, if you call it a setback, it stops you. And what do you normally do? Or how do you normally be in that situation? Yes, Kasa?
Sir, in the past, they've been,
Okay,
there have
just
been
one
few set.
question for you, Kasa. Are you
Yes,
going
sir.
to be being bold and courageous today?
Yes, sir.
Good. So if you're being bold and courageous, are you going to appear in front of all of us? And then ask the question. Who is the Kasa who does not want to appear and be visible to all of us? The bold and courageous Kasa or the shy and the shy Kasa? Who is the one not coming before us?
So I'm.
In the state of undress, sir. I'm
So,
wearing. Okay, go ahead. Ask your question.
so previously, like um, there've been certain financial setbacks. Earlier, there've been a personal setback and financial setback. So generally, uh, I used to be optimistic, but currently I'm looking at what are the possibilities are there, and um, how how can it be better than this? I'm trying to be. I'm trying to look at different possibilities in this situation, sir.
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing. But my question is slightly different. What is it that you call a setback?
Something which is not in our favor, we think it as a setback.
Because there is an assumption that it's not in my favor,
Exactly.
right?
But actually it is in our favor. Everything is in our favor, but we don't understand that is in our favor.
Yeah. What if
Just
you just looked at this as another event in your life? Many things happen, right?
yes, sir.
Many different types of things happen. Do you label all of them as setbacks? You don't.
Yeah.
So if some event happens, any event,
Hmm.
and you just treat it as any event.
Hmm.
So my question to you is that when a setback happens, what is the way you are being at that time? And when a setback is not called a setback, just another event is happening, what is the way you are going to be?
The moment we decide setback, we kind of feel that, oh, something is not in our favor.
Yeah,
Something
so what
is,
is the way you are being at that time? Are you being powerful and effective, or are you being a victim?
we try to be a victim, sir.
Do you try to be a victim, or you are a victim at that moment? The
Yeah,
moment
we
you
are
say
a
this
victim.
is a setback, it has stopped me, then you are declaring yourself to be a victim, no?
Hmm. It is not from a powerful state, sir.
Exactly. So what is the way you can choose to be?
To
You have
be
a
in a
choice.
power, to be from the powerful, not by not choosing to be a victim, we are in a powerful state.
Yeah, I know. So, but so what is the way you're choosing to be? You can choose to be present. You can choose to be in allowance.
Hmm.
You can choose to be vulnerable. So you will notice that when there is a setback, all our barriers come up. All
Hmm.
our defense mechanisms come up. All
Hmm.
our survival behavior comes up.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And simultaneously, what comes up also is our resistance to what is happening.
Hmm. Hmm.
The moment you're saying this is a setback is happening, it should not be happening, you're resisting it. So can you be being possibility in that situation? You cannot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So simple switch, no? Like
Hmm.
Conan put it so simply that I'm just not seeing anything as a setback.
Hmm.
It's just another event in my life.
Hmm.
So the beauty of that, I mean, and Vetri has been very recently through an experience. He will tell you that you can be equanimous, no? If I get a financial windfall also, I'll be equanimous. If I am getting a financial so-called difficulty, that will also be equanimous. Okay, just another experience. Now, what should I do now? Who should I be now?
Hmm.
Should I allow this to make me be, helpless victim? Or do I have a choice of being the person whom I choose to be?
Hmm.
So who do you choose to be? Powerful, effective, bold, and courageous, right?
Hmm.
And you choose to see this as another event, and you can choose to see it as something that bringing a gift to you.
Hmm.
So the event in this morning, because I did not treat it as a setback, it gave me an opportunity to speak about it.
What happens?
Or there was no electricity from 6 o'clock 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So normally my thought would have been, oh my God, I'll have to cancel the session. Let me ring up Vetri and Kunan and all, tell them to take the session.
Okay.
Right? So I chose not to see it as that's my way. I mean, I said, okay, now what else is possible? So I was ready with the session, and the topic also, I said, okay, let me talk about setbacks. So because I saw the opportunity in it.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
again comes the question,
Okay.
how would you see what is our default way of being when there is a setback? We just described it. We are being helpless or whatever. Some people are being angry. And what is the way you can choose to be? So you have a choice about that. Okay, great, Kasa. Thank you very much. Let's talk to Leena ji, and then Hasina ji, and then Vetrivel ji. Leena ji, please go ahead.
Sir, I think the things which are pulling backwards are setbacks.
Yeah, what are those things that you are calling them as they are pulling me backwards, correct?
Like fear and
Yeah, because one of the feelings we don't like at all is called fear, no?
yes.
हमको बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है. We are never able to say कि चलो fear हो रहा है तो उसमें क्या मिल रहा है मेरे को.
हाँ. पर सर ये चीजें तो पीछे खींचती है.
हाँ, क्योंकि हम कह रहे हैं.
हाँ.
अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि ये मुझे पीछे खींचती है तो ये आपको पीछे खींचेगी. Because we are saying it is going to pull me back, right?
हाँ.
See, for 27 years of my life, my fear of being laughed at, कि लोग हंसेंगे मुझ पर, that fear never allowed me to stand in front of a group of people and talk. Okay? And one day I said, all right, let me be fearful and see what happens. So earlier, if the fear was stopping me, I said, I'll be fearful, but I'll still talk. So there is a moment you can choose to be fearful, but be courageous at the same time. See, courage is not the absence of fear, no?
Yeah, yeah.
अगर आपको डर ही नहीं है तो साहस का मतलब ही नहीं पैदा होता ना. साहस तब होता है जब डर होता है. So what can you choose? Let's say fear is coming.
Early morning corner.
Yourself, somebody who is not muted. Are you getting me, Leena ji?
Yes, yes.
So the label that we are putting, you said anything that is pulling me back. So one is fear. What is the other one?
I'm not getting it now, but fear is the
big
prominent
one.
one. Yes.
Yeah. So
But nowadays have I know that discretion exercise, so it helps.
Definitely. वो तो बात की बात है ना. Now you
yes.
also look at something. You will find that you find some people to be fearful. वो मेरे को डर लगता है उन लोगों से.
Hmm.
So their very presence makes you get into that fearful mood.
Hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
there is a fear कि अभी पता नहीं what they are going to say and they will shout at me or something.
Hmm.
So by being in that way of being, you are inviting that.
Okay. Yes.
क्योंकि जो अगर if somebody is deliberately trying to frighten you, then also you are giving them energy, right? Because they feed on your fear.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm saying even if you are, today what's happening is you are resisting your own fear. आप अपने डर का प्रतिरोध करती हो,
Hmm.
इसलिए डर आपके ऊपर हावी होता है. That's why your fear is controlling you. What if you said कि all right, this is fear, let me experience the fear. What is fear anyway?
Hmm.
But what is fear? Some sensation in the body. That's all. Okay. There's not much difference between excitement and fear. Do you know that?
Ah.
A lot of time we are feeling excited, then also we think that we are afraid.
Also, just when we overcome that fear, no,
Hmm.
and do the thing, then उसके बाद लगता है कि अरे इसमें तो कुछ था ही नहीं डरने का.
Exactly.
Yes.
So all I'm saying is that, see, there is a certain way you are being when you are afraid, right?
Hmm.
Suppose you are being in a state where you say, okay, wow, here is another gift from the universe.
Ah.
Then will that fear be able to control you?
No.
And then will it be a setback for you?
No. No.
Then will it not be an opportunity for you?
Yes.
So that's what we want, isn't it? Every experience is an opportunity to be a better version of ourselves.
Yes.
How
Thank
wonderful is that?
you. Ah.
All right, Hasina ji.
Good morning, everybody. So I used to, in the past, I used to be very upset when there was a setback. But now after EMC, there is a great change in me. Nothing, no setback upsets me. I just say, this is it. And I have to face it. This is what has God has placed this for me. And I have to pass in my exam. And I'm okay. And I'm okay.
I like that. I have to pass this exam.
And have power and courage. It does not bother me anymore. Any setback doesn't bother me. I'm really able to handle it.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Because maybe you don't label it as a setback anymore.
Yes, yeah, that is it.
Maybe you see it just like another experience in your life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wunderbar, wunderbar. All right, Vetribel.
Good morning again, sir, and good morning to everyone. Amazing discussion, sir. I would like to add one more different perspective, which is real-time experience. I want to share with you, everyone. It happened before 3 years in a job in Dubai. Good company. Boss is an Irish guy, and somehow happened to be is a different behavior, which is not like what we are discussing so far. Setbacks kind of stuff. Unfavorable, can't predict, or it is not in our liking set. Me and I had one more colleague, many colleagues, one colleague is my close friend, he's Arabic guy. We both were facing the same issue. But I was on an emotional reactive mode and I took a lot of decision and something which put me into many things. That's a different story. But the observation is that guy, Arabic guy, he took a very different actions, which I would like to share, which has got amazing element to it. At the time of that crisis, kind of stuff, this guy is not supporting and blaming us, something, he puts company into a very different position. This guy started to invest on himself, not only on education. He bought a Lexus car and he bought a suit, 3-4 suits, which cost each 1,000 dirham. I was wondering, we are going through a problem. We don't know whether they are going to close the company or they are going to terminate us or something, it is not regular routine work is happening. Something has been blocked. Whatever pricing we ask, he is not giving. Whatever project we bringing, he is delaying. And he speaks in his own terms, which we are not able to understand. So many setbacks kind of a stuff. But this guy is doing something else. I wonder what is this guy doing? But I took a decision, came back. Now, yesterday also I spoke to him. After 3 years, I see the life. The guy who was giving the trouble, gone back to his country. The company is not doing very good. But this guy who took all this decision, like putting extra energy opposite to the setbacks, he sits in top 3 software company and it's a business development guy in Dubai and lives in Marina and still drives the same Lexus car. The observation here is when you have a setback, at least you feel like you have a setback, it demands you to put little more energy from your side on a positive side, then you can win over the setbacks. I feel like sharing with you. And one more thing, quick thing. For the past 3.5 months, it's not been a favorable for me, like kind of a setbacks we can call also. But I don't know. Now everything is settled. I'm very happy. All problems solved. I told my friend, if you want to observe me, what I gained from this EMC, being with great people for the past 1.5 years, this is thing you take it, which is I have gone through kind of a tunnel, but I have come off like this. And I am fully charged. I can look back and go. I can look forward and go with full energy. So that's what I feel like sharing with you. And thank you very much for everything, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, if you were to use the template of how was your friend being in that situation, right? He was not being helpless. Yeah, he chose to be powerful. He chose to invest in himself. Yeah. He did not allow the setback to define him. Right? Because after all, at the end of the day, what do you want? You want to be, what do you want? Ease and joy, right? So he had ease and joy. He was buying a costly car. He was buying costly suit, right? And he was, without saying, he's telling that other fellow, okay, do what you want. You cannot make me feel low. Yeah, he was actually being a me cause person, you know. I shall not allow this situation to define me. I will not allow this situation to take my joy away from me. Wow, very interesting man. I'd love to meet him whenever you guys wake up and make that Dubai trip possible.
Definitely.
All of you have gone to sleep. I like that very much. All right. So all of you, I want you to reflect on it. So what is the setback? And what is the way you are being when there is a setback? And do you have a choice to be something else? Yeah. What if you don't label a setback as a setback? What if you just see a so-called unexpected event, let us say, something which you don't want, it has happened, and you say, hello, it has happened, so I choose it, and what's in it for me? This is a good time. Whenever there is this so-called upset or setback in our life, it's a good time to remind ourselves and say, every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of myself. And this also is an experience. It will give me what it has to give me and it will go away. And the sooner I take it, the faster it will go away. So that's the message for the day today, ladies and gentlemen. And let's invite our resident Shire to do some Shairi so that we can then say bye-bye to you. Mr. Shahiri, good morning again. Please regale us with your Shairi.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर. शायरी जनाब जो याद आ रही है, अर्ज किया है कि रुकावटें आती हैं कामयाबी की राहों में, रुकावटें आती हैं कामयाबी की राहों में, ये कौन नहीं जानता, फिर भी वो मंजिल पा ही लेता है जो हार नहीं मानता.
वाह 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 वाह.
फिर भी वो मंजिल पा ही लेता है जो हार नहीं मानता. और इससे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल जो हसीना जी ने बताया क्या हो सकता है? एवरी मोमेंट शी इज विनिंग. शी सेड दैट आई पास द टेस्ट.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you translate that also, what you just said?
ट्रांसलेशन तो हसीना जी ही करेंगी.
Line by line.
रुकावटें आती हैं कामयाबी की राहों में, ये कौन नहीं जानता.
There are always obstacles on our way to success. Everybody knows that.
फिर भी वो मंजिल पा ही लेता है जो हार नहीं मानता.
Still, the person goes to the destination who does not give up.
Yes. So
Good.
never ever give up. Let the life comes to you with the ease, joy, and glory.
So on that note, guys, thank you very much for being with us another day, right? And dwell on it. We are not going to allow setbacks to define us. Okay? We are not going to label any situation as a setback. Yes, Vetrivel Shanmugam.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. One quick word. I feel like saying this. The Tirukural says this way. The first line is, "Idukkan varungal nadirgal." It goes this way. Translation to this is, it's so relevant. The Tirukural says, when you get a problem, smile at it. There is no better way to handle that. So when the problem comes down, you should smile. Oh, I got another opportunity, like you said. Thank you very much, sir.
You treat it as a gift, so you will smile, no? If you treat everything as a gift, you will always be smiling. That is the secret of your smile, Vetri. Great. Thank you. See you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
So that is why people smile when they see their wives, sir.
Okay, bye. Bye.